Warning. The following program contains material which may not be suitable for young children or sensitive viewers. Sorry.
And now, another naughty, rowdy body of slaughterhouse, potty mouth, slack-baked slander slips from my lips to land in your lap. Kersplat, smack dab, in the trumped-up tripe of overripe hype, the claptrap of clacks and saps, the jabbering jactitations of jaw-jacking jackasses, the hypnotic, homiletic hyperbole of hypocrites and self-serving dimwits. So fuck it. This modern-day media circus is worthless, with the sooth-seekers and the truth-speakers shunted aside and relegated to the ranks of the rubes, the rattle-brained fools, the faint-hearted artists and clumsy-ass clowns. And they say you can't keep a good man down. Oh, but the truth is sleazier. There ain't nothing easier. Keep a man down and he ain't no good. They say that virtue is its own reward. Oh, but it's ignored. The pay is so puny, you'd have to be loony to do what's right just because it's right with no paycheck in sight. They say that nice guys finish last, while all the bastards go faster, and that's the disaster of our capitalistic system. So, I'm pitching a piston into the midst of this, a fist, because manifestos are not enough, and this stuff is gonna get rough, so get tough, and call the bluff on the powder puff fluff they sell us, the rules they compel us to follow, the shit we're supposed to swallow, the hollow knowledge they teach in the schools, to follow their rules. Follow whose rules? So, I'm going to call my own shots for a change. Rearrange things just to see how it looks. Fry my own egg just to see how it cooks. Set my own agenda just to see how that works. And do it all public to piss off the jerks. And when you click on my non-indexical lexicon of lies, do you apprize the program for its purity? Because it's sure to be pristine, just like the Sistine Chapel, as I grapple with the grammar and hammer the whole roll of rhymes right inside of my mind, and it's time.
Well, I don't even know how to work the mic, let alone have anything to say to that. That was uplifting, thanks. Hi, welcome to ROX. I'm Jay, I'm your bartender. This is the 97th episode. You probably didn't even realize that you were here being filmed by the folks from Cats for an episode of this program. The first really live staged program that we've ever put together. As I said, I'm Jay, I'm your bartender.
I'm me, and I'm your editor. So you might say that he mixes the drinks.
And he mixes the video.
Thank you.
And he mixes the video. And he mixes the video. And he mixes the video.
Thank you. And you said this is ROX episode number 97?
Yeah. What was it called, though?
I think it's the ROX Season 1 DVD release party and 20th anniversary celebration.
It's not very catchy, though.
Be that as it may, we wanted to welcome everybody here tonight. People here from all over the world, even Taiwan. And so welcome to the Comedy Attic. Welcome to Bloomington. Thank you for being here. But most of all, we wanted to give a shout out to Lee Lawmaster, the man in the back of the room.
Yeah. Now, he's really kind of the reason this happened, in a way.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for Lee, none of us would be here right now, because Lee grew up watching ROX when he was in elementary school, right here in Bloomington, Indiana. And as a labor of love, has been working on this season 1 DVD set for the last 5 years or so. There's been some setbacks along the way. A lot of labor that's gone into it. Not trying to make any money, folks, but we do want to get the program out to you so you'll be able to, if you don't walk away with a season 1 DVD set tonight, you can probably order one after the show. Lee is back there in the corner because he's also running video for us tonight, and that'll be up here on this screen. So you want to make sure that you can see the screen. If you're over
duck.
there, yeah, I hope it all works out for everybody.
So I think that there was something you were going to say though about the season itself, because this was 20 years ago, right?
Oh yeah, but it's season 1. That's absolutely right. Season 1, beginning with ROX episode number 8.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't, but season 1 began really when you and I moved into that house in 521 North Washington.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that place well.
Because the first 7 episodes.
Actually, I've seen it on TV. That's how I remember it. I was kind of stoned and drunk the whole time.
You've got something on your nose, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy,
You want to wipe that
You know, I
off.
bet it's probably.
A lime. I think
It's a piece of my lime.
Yeah. What are you drinking there, Jay?
This is actually tonic water with a lime.
You mean gin and tonic?
No, just tonic.
But you're going to be getting a gin and tonic later, right?
No,
No?
no, I don't drink anymore.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later.
Speaking of which, we have a number of drink specials for you tonight. Bethany, Melinda, and Kim are circulating amongst you, so please avail yourself of one of the. We really have 5 drink specials selected from the season 1, which are
They're on the
available
little
for
cards
tonight.
on your tables.
Subtly
there.
improved by the bartending staff here.
Which is to say they might be good.
The reason the first 7 episodes are not a part of season 1 is because we do have a season 0 DVD set that's also available. But those episodes are so challenging to everything to every basic human value that we felt that they had to be separated, and they're really only for the really hardest of hardcore fans. But that DVD set is
Wade's
also
raising his
available.
hand.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Those original those first 7 episodes were shot in a basement, which one time we were down there in the basement and somebody flushed the toilet upstairs.
Yeah, that's right. And shit came up out from, fecal matter came up out from the floor. It was.
So those first 7
Stunk.
episodes are kind of like that basement. They're dark, rough-hewn, and kind of stinky. But we did want to get started with some video clips. We are going to actually show clips not from every show in the first season, although hopefully everybody got a freebie DVD, which actually does have clips from all the shows in the first season, but they're not the same exact clips. There's some overlap with what you're going to see tonight. This first episode that we did when we moved into 521 North Washington was one of the better episodes, and then we hit a long decline. We did a lot of stuff in episode number 8 that was just that we should have stuck with, but then we went back to this idea that somehow it was like a talk show with Jay and I just talking in front of the camera. And we've tried to show you very little of those clips tonight, but if you buy the DVD set, you'll have more than ample
More than
footage.
enough. Yeah.
So there's a number of things.
We're excellent salespeople, aren't we?
This clip that we're about to see from ROX episode 8 is actually got a bunch of stuff just all kind of stuck together from the whole episode. That's really not going to be the program for the evening, but for this first episode, we just had to do it. Lee, are we ready? Are we queued up there? Are we ready to go?
We're queuing up right now.
All right, so here we go. ROX episode number 8.
We Supposed to show us something.
Where are you?
Okay,
It was free.
you want to see? We're going to guess the pattern of the water stain. This is an impromptu.
Amazing. Stunning. Look at it.
It's hard to think that you didn't plan that.
Well, that was nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's have a drink.
This is a special to this show. This is called a Kentucky Heifer. Put some ice in the glass first. Put in about an ounce and a half of this Kentucky whiskey. You want the creme de cacao, this stuff right here. Add about a half an ounce of that. And a little bit of Captain Morgan's spiced rum, or any kind of spiced rum will do you. Some grenadine, about half an ounce again. And then we will want to add some water. Add about 3 ounces of water. And we're going to try this drink. I would pronounce that as distinctly potable.
That drink was yummy. Didn't you enjoy it? So watch this. Watch this thing that we're going to show you now.
I discovered this morning that we have the image of the Pope and the soap scum in our bathtub. As you can see, here's his little papal hat. Here are his eyes. Here's his ear.
Let me see if I can get a close-up on this.
Here are the outlines of his shoulders. And he has here either sort of a collar or a fist placed contemplatively at his chin. And here is his arm. This is the image of the Pope and our soap scum.
What do you think it means, then?
Well, it has to do something with the importance of Catholicism in all of our lives. In our lives and in the lives of those we love. I think that's why this image has appeared in our bathtub.
Bail out! Bail out!
Would you stop that?
All right, so mostly it wasn't that good.
I was afraid that happened.
Did you want to say a word about family values?
Well, it was a hot topic back then. I know that.
It was.
Yeah, this was 92. We mentioned, of course, this 20th anniversary. So anybody who's good at math knows that this dates us back to 1992.
And the political climate of the day was, well, is John Byers here? No? Anyone know John Byers? All right, yeah. So he suggested to us, you know, you ought to do a show about family values. And we did. So here's a clip from that.
But see, then again, like George, I think for George Bush, family values have a lot to do with money. Oh, now Quayle is definitely, I think, a hate monger. I mean, no, I think that's ignorance. He's an ignorance monger. Or
It must be Buchanan or Robertson.
Yeah. He's an ignorant monster. He's an ignorant monster.
And here to demonstrate ignorant monster. Yes.
Whereas we are not ignorant monsters by any means. We're very wise. We are monsters.
How do you guys
You're
act?
monsters and far away. See, I think that you're near and far away. Yes. Near. Far. What's the other word then? Oh, some and none and all. Okay, here we go. All of the monsters. Now, some. Of the monsters? No. None of the monsters. No. All of the monsters. See, we watched Sesame Street. Of course we have family values.
Kids, get your mother another bear!
All right. That was Heather and Lindsay. Heather and Lindsay are not here tonight, I don't think. Heather, Lindsay? No? And of course, Christy Paxson there at the end.
Yeah.
But, so we had some laughs.
Yeah, it's true. At least the video seems to indicate that.
But it wasn't always good times, was it?
No.
Sometimes bad things did happen. But even when bad things happened,
I'm afraid to know what's next.
well, even when bad things happened, we did. You may have noticed the crazy camera work in the earlier clip.
Oh yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So then a couple weeks after that, we got a phone call that our friend Andrew Galpern, who's actually coming in tonight around 10:30.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, not here. You know, he could have gotten an earlier flight, but he didn't want to pay the airline the fee to switch his flight earlier. So, you know, what can you do? Anyway, we got a call that he had had an accident, fallen off of his bicycle, and was paralyzed from the chest down.
We were actually upset at him at this point, by the way. Do you recall?
No, I don't. What are you
he was supposed to come over that night to videotape one of our shows, and he didn't show up, and we were kind of pissed off that he didn't show up. And then we found out that the worst possible thing had happened, pretty much.
So that led to episode number 10, which was shot entirely in Bloomington Hospital. So we got a clip of that right now.
I crashed on my bicycle, and now I'm paralyzed from the chest down, although we're very hopeful. I love it.
It goes all the way down into this bag, which, as you can see urine
Perhaps you could
in your tube.
Perhaps you could trace it back.
Yeah, where's the other end of the tube?
Origin.
You really want to see this?
Go ahead.
And all the way to your bladder.
That's not my bladder.
It goes in your bladder. I can't show you your bladder.
Why not? They can block it out.
Cut you
They can
open,
block it
No,
out.
this is a hospital.
They can block it out.
See?
This is the medical portion of our show.
and it goes all the way back down.
This is the medical portion of our
But
show.
you do have something inside there. Move it. Move your toes. Move your toes.
No, not that. Don't worry about moving that, man. That's the last thing you need to worry about.
What?
Yeah, you can't get no help around here
Is
with that.
anything moving? Is anything at all moving?
Not right now.
Move. Come on.
All right, so as you saw, clearly there was a penis there on television, and it wasn't a problem.
Right. Exactly. Apparently, it was because of its medical nature, or something. We ran into problems with penises.
Yeah, we're coming up, so keep that in mind. I just wanted to point that out. The bladder scratcher, one of our special drinks tonight, was invented there in the hospital. So go ahead and order a bladder scratcher. The catheter will cost you extra. What about the Have Fun Club? You remember that?
Oh yeah. We actually had this kind of small idea to completely change the world and have a worldwide revolution that we were going to start.
That's the whole point of the television show, but also the Have Fun Club.
Right. So we had several meetings. We were trying to figure out how you foment revolution.
Any members of the Have Fun Club here in the audience? Anybody? No. They've all
Steve,
been locked
you were
up.
not invited? No. Yeah.
Christy
I'm sure.
was there.
I'm sure you were invited. Just didn't show up.
The one thing that we talked about a lot of great ideas, but the one thing that we actually almost managed to organize was a parade, the Festival of Fools, which probably would not have been successful except for the anarchist picnic that was in town the same weekend.
By sheer coincidence.
I know some people were here
wouldn't have
for
planned
that.
that well.
Yes? Anybody who was here for the festival? Yes, over there.
Kelly, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, cool. So we got a clip of the parade for those of you who missed it.
Yep. Never again put up with the same thing twice. Down with the Hoosiers. Protest everybody.
Chaos!
Besides something else. Disorganized. This is definitely one occasion for the nation.
What do we want?
We don't want all of it yet. What do we want? Turkey.
Masturbation is not a crime.
Hey!
Put your eye up. Oh, this
On the love boat!
Hi, you're all on TV.
All right.
All right.
It wasn't exactly a revolution. But it was awesome. It was fun.
The cool thing about that clip is that it cut out all the extraneous stuff that was in the rest of the episode, which you can see if you buy the DVD set, to your great misfortune. There was a kind of cool trip to Big Lots in there, but other than that, it's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those episodes where you really have to drink in order to fully put up with it. And speaking of which...
Don't forget, yes, Bethany, Melinda, Kim are circulating amongst you, happy to service your drinking needs.
It's not like we're trying to sell anything except for alcohol and DVDs, but other than that, we're just here because we love you.
We just want the Comedy Addict to be happy with us being here in this venue.
Because, yeah, there's a 20th anniversary of the second season next year, I guess, right?
Well, that's true.
And then a 20th anniversary of the third season, and then a 20...
Lee is having a heart attack right now. So.
Yeah.
So make sure you order a drink. What are you having, Jay?
Just tonic water. Actually, it's nothing. Thank you.
Are you pulling our legs?
No, really. I actually did stop drinking almost 2 years ago. It's kind of a strange story, actually. It was Labor Day of 2010, and I was in this kickball league that was really, it was actually kind of a fashion and drinking league under a different name. And so we'd played a kickball game, and I'd had a couple of drinks, mixed a couple of drinks, 2 drinks, and then I drove over to the bar with my teammates afterward. And as I pulled in, I kind of got out of my vehicle, and there was this cop pulling up behind me with his lights flashing, and so I stopped, and he said, "Get back in your car." So I jumped back in my truck, and he came up and knocked on my window because I shut the door, and so I had to turn the key to start to roll the window down and turn the key, and the stereo was blasting Deborah by Beck. You know that song? I want to get with you and your sister. Yeah, I can't sing it very well. And so I had to crank that down, so I was very kind of confused. And he asked me if I had my license and registration, and if I knew why I'd been pulled over, which I didn't. I guess I'd rolled through a stop sign, so he said. So he took my registration back, and then he came back to me and he said, "Do you have anything to drink?" And I said, "Well, I had 2 drinks," which was true. I didn't really tell him that there were 2 of my mixed drinks, which were probably more like 10 drinks to other people. He asked me to step out of the car. And I guess what I haven't mentioned to you is that, this fashion and drinking league that I was in. Well, I was on a team called the Pink Erasers, and so our team color was pink. And so I was wearing a pink kind of sheer blouse that I'd gotten from my mom.
And you live in Montana now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And pink capri pants that came down to my knees. And then I had these awesome pink knee-high tube socks that said Bimbo down the side. And so I have a feeling that he just wanted to get me out of my truck to get me on his dashboard camera. So I open my door and this cup comes tumbling down. It was not the cup I'd been drinking out of. I had no idea where this cup came from. But it was, again, I was really setting myself up for a good one there. And so the short of it is that I got a DUI. I was 0.01 above the limit. And so I stopped drinking at that point and just haven't had any reason to start again.
Dang, well, that's pretty awesome. I haven't had a drink for 2 hours. Speaking of
which, yeah, you all should drink for me because, I can't support this place by purchasing alcohol, so you should.
Speaking of stupid antics, well, let's just play the next clip now.
Sounds right.
So here I am on my motorcycle. I'm getting ready to go over to Russ Levitt's house. Russ is one of the great hardened criminals of our day and age. He is a local resident of Bloomington. He lives on a dead-end street. You see that right there? That's that dead-end street sign. That's where Russ lives, on that dead-end street there. And I'm going over to his house for this beer party that he's having. He's going to brew some beer. And I'm kind of frightened about what might happen. He is a criminal, a very dangerous man. He was in a couple of bands locally. He was in the Rods and Cones, which you have heard of. And he was also in, Money, Greed, and Power. So we're going to go over to his house, and we're going to find out what's going on at this beer party. So let me see if I can figure out a way to drive this motorcycle while holding my camera.
All right.
Drinking and driving, really. Yeah.
Which is part of the reason that we got started with the show in the first place, was because you had that camera.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And also, the reason why we only used our initials instead of our real names was because I was not on probation, whatever you would call it, for underage possession of alcohol. I still had that ticket on my record from a couple of years before. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of embarrassing, stupid moments, here's another one.
Hello, and welcome to Bitch Booth. This is a booth in which we stand and tell you about something which really pisses us off. This is going to be a weekly segment on this show. Yeah, we're going to just stand here and bitch in this booth, and that's why it's called Bitch Booth. And this week we're pissed as hell because this is Bitch Booth.
Yes! That was the first appearance of Bitch Booth.
Did we ever do it again?
No, that was the last appearance of Bitch Booth. And by the way, we didn't cut anything off. That was the whole thing. It's remarkably devoid of content.
Like most of the shows.
So it kind of evolved that the show wasn't just about two guys ranting drunkenly at a video camera, but it was kind of about a circle of friends.
Ranting drunkenly at a video camera.
Yeah, well, that's true too. By the way, has everybody read my article in The Writer? Please make sure you pick up a copy. So in there, I make a recommendation that you also check out Edgar Rietz's The Second Heimat. I can't say the name in German. It's a 26-hour-long film set in Munich in the 1960s, but it's exactly like ROX.
Except longer.
Yeah. So, but it's about
but
a circle.
Probably just as sometimes these episodes seemed that long.
What was I thought was so cool about what Bloomington, as we experienced it at that time, was that in the circle of friends, everybody just kept egging each other on and feeding off of each other, and it led to some interesting things. And so our friends became the stars of our show.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Including
some of you.
Yes, including this next clip. This guy.
By the way, if you probably notice that you keep hearing those footsteps in the background going up and down. And we're camera operator Eric, if you will please swivel the camera around to the other side. There he is. Look, there is the perpetrator, Steve Boland. And what? Now this guy has had stuff up in our attic since we moved in 2 months ago. And what night does he choose to unload his stuff? The one night that we're videotaping up in our attic, he has to come up and get his stuff.
But we've caught him in the act. Look, the light has flustered him. He doesn't know which way to go.
If you find yourself distracted by the sounds of somebody moving in the background,
write to P.O. Box
3241 to complain.
Have you seen him lately?
Yeah, he's right there. He's hard to miss.
Wow.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to be at City Council tonight?
That's a good point. I think there is a city council meeting tonight.
Yeah.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah. Right.
Well, as a matter of fact, this is the season 1. Did we make clear that it's the season 1 DVD release party? Because I'm not sure if we said that.
I heard that somewhere.
Okay. So all of these clips are from season 1. Nothing from season 0, except what we're about to show you now. We just couldn't resist this because Steve is on, a politician of some prominence here in the local community. We had to dig deep, dig down into that basement and bring you the following clip.
Another drink with Bailey's Irish cream in it because we like it so much.
Excuse me, I think I know a little bit of something about punk too.
God damn, you're tall.
Well, it's nice of you to say that.
How tall are you?
Well, what measurement would you like it in?
I don't know. What measurement do you know it in?
Oh, I'm as tall as a stack of 1,440 pennies.
Well, how tall is that?
Other people have said that too.
How tall is that, though?
How tall is that? That's 5'20".
So you're not even 6 feet tall? Oh, wait, no. That would be... No, wait. What is that? 5'20". That's 6 feet.
My life is full of problems like this. Now, that's really 4'32".
Oh, shit. I'm getting more and more confused as the night goes on.
That's 0.001263 miles, Joe.
That's even taller.
Well, if you care to interpret it that way, yes.
No, I guess...
Actually, they're equivalent.
Okay.
Maybe you should have some more to drink.
Yeah,
How to make
I'm going to show you how to make this drink. I'm going to put some Baileys in here, and then we're going to put some coffee in it. That's basically the idea here.
Who is this person?
Who are you?
Oh, I think you know who I am.
You must be Tall Steve.
None other. And it's a pleasure to be on your show, and I'm quite impressed with the high level, and I do use that word advisedly, the high level of professionalism on this show.
Here?
I'm pleased to be.
Fuck you, man! You! God damn, you're tall.
No, really, I mean it. I think that I've seen behind the scenes here and seen how seriously you treat all aspects of the taping, and I'm flattered.
Well, goddamn, thanks a lot, man.
I appreciate it.
And I like your shirt. It's very orange. That would completely mess with the videotape.
Well, now, so what have you made here?
We've made a Baileys and coffee.
And this will be consumed by whom?
Us.
And
J&B.
What about the members of the studio audience?
Well, if they want some too, they can just sit on a rock because we're out of Baileys.
What kind of coffee is this?
This is coffee from the Daily Grind. However, it should be also noted that that this here, we just emptied the bottom of a bottle, an old Bailey's Irish cream bottle that has been refilled with what is it? Sperm. This is actually a sperm show. So we're gonna go have some sperm and coffee. This is simulated alcohol. Oh dear. Boy, we have just collapsed. So thanks to Steve Volan for stopping by, and there he is again. God damn, he's tall. How tall are you?
Thanks. 6.73 light
6.73 light nanoseconds? So we were just talking about Wayne's World.
All right. Steve Volan, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, I was plastered.
Oh, that was great fun. Yeah. I think never mind. So speaking of politics, since Steve, is he still here or did he leave? No, yes.
He seems to still be over there. Yeah. Hasn't fled yet. Yeah.
Yes, well, once this stuff gets, but this has been on actually on Cats on a semi-regular basis for all these years. You know, just they show it.
So maybe it's where your career started. Just for the record, he has the clipboard. I have no idea what's happening here. I haven't seen any of the video in about at least 15 years on any of this stuff. And actually, he wouldn't tell me anything about what he had planned. So I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop after that thing I had on my head in the first clip.
He made me promise not to bludgeon him with the clipboard, though, and I aim to keep that promise.
Yeah. I figured, at least personal physical health is something I'd like to preserve, even if I want to slink out of here afterward.
Do you remember the More Life Coalition? Speaking of politics and political statements.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I even remember I was part of that.
Any other members of the More Life Coalition here tonight? All right, great. A card-carrying flyer member now, Eric White, knee Spears, or Eric Spears, knee White. Yeah. Anyone know Eric White? Yes. Everybody here knows Eric White. Well, of course, he's now Eric Spears. Changed his name.
Yeah.
Because, that's his wife's name.
People do that.
Yeah. So this is really his idea, but he couldn't be here tonight. He was at VidCon, ironically enough, out on the West Coast with his son. So we deeply regret that he's not here. I'm sure he deeply regrets not being here too. But here's a clip of the More Life Coalition.
Breathe, don't bleed! 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 Give birth now! Give birth now! Give birth now!
Girls, remember, fertility drugs can help you get the most out of your womb.
Save the sperm! Save the eggs! 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 Save the sperm!
Save your sperm, fellas!
Okay, we're the More Life Coalition. We demand an end to menstruation, which kills potential babies at the rate of 1 per month, with approximately 2 billion menstruating women in the world. That's 24 billion lost babies each and every year.
Save the eggs! Save the sperm! Save the eggs! Save the sperm! Save the eggs!
Women and girls should not masturbate, as it promotes enjoyment of sex, and it may hard-boil a woman's egg.
You do something about the eggs?
Right. Now, if Eric was here, we had asked him to sing he appeared as under the name Eric Black several times during season 1. It's on the DVD set, and representing the More Life Coalition. If he was here, we would ask him to sing that great song, "Masturbate 10 Times a Day."
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Do you want to sing a verse?
I don't know that one. You know that one. I know "Semen is Special." He had kind of greatest hits.
Well, unfortunately, he's not here, so we're just going to pass that by.
Sing it.
You want to?
You should.
Oh, okay. Masturbate 10 times a day into a sterile jar. That way your genetic code is sure to go real far. Yeah, that way your genetic code is sure to go real far. I forget the rest. But, and we always tried to promote these little segments and these little videos, and we started doing a series you might recall called J&B's Video Erotica.
Oh!
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a guy over there.
T-Black?
Yes. Actually, my name's Terry Lee Hornsby. Yes. I wasn't known as T-Black until late season 2 and even more so in season 3. So since tonight we're talking about season 1, I was referred to as Terry and or T, so I'll answer to either of those tonight. But in reference to said video erotica segments, lust and sexual immorality are my oldest and most dominant sins. I began masturbating in the 4th grade and had been exploring my curiosities with girls and boys since the fort we had in the neighbor's backyard when I was in kindergarten or 1st grade. Smoking weed became a close second around my early 20s, and combining the two became a most favorite. Weed and masturbating. See?
Please act that out again.
Yeah. Weed and masturbating. Though over the last couple years, due to economics and other responsibilities, masturbation has regained its rightful place as number 1 in my sole preference of relaxation and amusement. This sin is something I wanted to address in a performance piece. Well, not exactly that sin, the general sin of lust and sexual immorality. Okay. Let's see. And J&B's Video Erotica segment became the perfect vehicle at the right time. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for the opportunity for me to share that. This was my first attempt at performance art, as well as the door I was using to get into the ROX scene. The gal was a British lover of mine at the time, and since all she had to expose were her feet, she was all good about that. Her name was Pamela Paul. I don't know. I can't remember. But we might be able to figure that out before the end of the show. I had spent the previous summer naked on the beach of Lake Monroe with some hippie freaks, one is whom is here tonight. Kelly McBride making her second appearance into season 1. References anyway. So I was finally comfortable with exposing my body, appearing nude for the entire community, and later, of course, the world, which, as you get to know the history of the show, you'll realize why it was the world, was something I embraced. The sunglasses that I wear were my mask in reference to old Greek theater, because I was actually studying theater history after all at the time, and it also helped to legitimize the theatrical spirit of the event. Let's see. The scriptures were chosen from my own Bible, which I would burn to ash in a later ROX episode. Let's see. The ritual was borrowed from the Annals of Christian Heritage, the washing of another's feet, a symbol of respect and servitude. But all the sex talk that you'll hear in the video kind of awakened the lust in my heart and turned it into a more fetishistic version of that classic service. T Black was still just T, as I explained before, and as yet unpierced of septum. As yet unpierced, which is why I'm without it today. This is a season 1 celebration. You'll have to come next year to see that. But the path of my journey had been born. Leave the clip, please.
in that vein, we would like to issue unto you segment 1 of J&B's erotic videos.
Yeah.
Corinthians 6, verse 18. Flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a man commits are outside his body, but he who sins sexually sins against his own body. Proverbs 6, verse 25. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. 1 Thessalonians 4, verses 3 through 5. It is God's will that you should be holy, that you should avoid sexual immorality, that each of you should learn to control his own body in a way that is holy and honourable, not in passionate lust like the heathen who do not know God. Romans 1, verse 24. Therefore God gave them over in the sinful desires of their hearts to sexual impurity for the degrading of their bodies with one another.
Yes. And that was the very first episode, very first installment of J&B's Video Erotica. Now, to recreate this, we're going to recreate this right here, right now, and yet in a totally different way, because out of the goodness of her heart, a longtime Bloomingtonian stalwart Alice Wolfson is here.
Wait, what's going on?
So help her up on the stage there, Jay. T. And oh yeah, we need a chair. Can you bring a chair up here, Joe?
Oh yeah, here's a
Really?
chair.
No, a chair. We don't want you to fall and I don't want to expose anybody to my. Okay, there we go. Yes.
Foot.
And you're going to need one of these, I think.
Yes. All right.
1 Corinthians. Hang on. There we go. It's 15 years later, okay.
20.
Yes, 20. Thank you. Thank you. 1 Corinthians 6:18. Flee from sexual immorality. All of the sins a man commits are outside his body, but he who sins sexually sins against his own body. Proverbs 6:25. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. 1 Thessalonians 4, verses 3 through 5. It is God's will you should be holy, that you should avoid sexual immorality, that each of you should learn to control his own body in a way that is holy and honorable, not in passionate lust like the heathen who know no God. Finally, Romans 1, verse 24. Therefore, God gave them over to the sinful desires of their hearts, to sexual impurity, for the degrading of their bodies with one another.
No hand sanitizer, no toe sanitizer, fresh off the street.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Alice Wilson.
She'll be giving away kisses later.
So Jay,
I've never seen anything like that.
Please remember to patronize the 5 drink specials that we've got for you tonight. Remember, just wanted to hype the drinks a little. All right, thank you. Yeah, so people were actually starting to watch the show, believe it or not, against all logic, against any reasonable conclusion that you would draw from the evidence presented tonight.
Right.
And we started getting mail.
Yeah, it actually happened sort of late in the season, although we got some early mail, didn't we?
Sure, we did. We did actually. That's might be a trivia question later, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you're saying your memories of some of these things are rather cloudy?
Oh, very. Yeah. I actually, if it weren't for one of the best things about this television show in my life is that I can remember what happened then, because I have it on video.
Now you do, because you've got the signed DVD set.
Right,
Yes.
Exactly. As should all of you. So you can remember what happened in my life.
So let's see if you remember this viewer mail that we got.
Oh, dear.
Dear Jay, this is signed X. Okay. Dear Jay, hey, you ungrateful turd. I thought you would have called me at least once since our encounter nearly a year ago. But I guess you were just so swept away by your own stardom that you had no time to worry about us. Your son wants to meet his daddy, but I'm not sure he'll ever meet you. Quite a disappearing act you've got. Surely you knew that I would track you down eventually. You just made it so easy with your little clues that let your viewers know where you live. My father wants to have you killed, but I just want to have you castrated. Rot in hell. Signed, X. Don't know who that was.
I want to stress that all viewer mail was 100% authentic and unread before it was read for the first time there. So your reaction was genuine.
Yeah, exactly. Not sure if the mail was genuine because I never did really meet this X person. Are you out there?
You're sweating.
Yeah.
So the video erotica segments continued, and that got us into some trouble.
That's true.
Do you remember?
I remember trouble.
Yeah. So have you been keeping count of the penises so far?
I've seen 2 so far on the screen.
Right. Mr. G's.
Yeah, and Mr. T's.
Yes. So, and then we had this idea.
Oh yeah.
For introducing a segment.
You don't have this original video, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
We had the idea for introducing the segment, not this clip, the segment itself. So what you'll see here is a clip from ROX number 22, Boys Night In. And you'll see the introduction, and then you'll see the clip. And it is the introduction that got us into trouble. Do you want to describe that?
Yeah, well, we felt like we were kind of getting tired of all the just flat two-dimensional titles on the screen, so we were looking for a way to kind of give a little bit of depth and dimension to this. So had this idea that I would write the letter J on my penis, and he would put B on his, and then have the ampersand in between and the apostrophe
superimposed.
S. So it'd be
Yeah.
J and B's video erotica with the J and the B on the.
Yes.
Yeah, and
up close, right?
Up close.
Up
well, yeah.
in the
I mean,
camera lens.
Because we're white males of European descent, we had to get really close together. Because we didn't have enough to fill the screen otherwise. Yeah. It didn't run. So you never saw that.
It did not run. So this is the censored version, which is all any of us, thankfully, are going to see tonight, of the introduction to J&B's video erotica segment. followed by the actual segment itself. So yeah, you'll see what I mean.
If some dates come with pits in them, that means you have to remove them. So, but that's no problem. Just take them right out. Actually,
Is this another edit situation?
I think so. There's no point. That's obscene.
Hold it down a little bit.
Can I see it?
You're standing there.
Oh, it's not close.
Yeah. Why don't you turn off the power?
All right. So that wasn't really our first run-in with censorship, but it was the time where we decided that maybe we needed to press the issue, and people started writing letters about this. It was actually in a couple more episodes we're come back to this idea. But we were just kind of making this up as we went along.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, by this point, I don't think we had any kind of a script, kind of like I feel tonight, and we're just kind of winging it. Power fueled only by the script, kind of born out of the bottom of the glass, so to speak.
And that kind of so we did start off, believe it or not, kind of planning episodes in the very beginning. It may not be evident from the actual program.
It's not evident, actually, because I don't think we ever actually followed the script.
Right, but then we finally, the stresses and strains of actually putting out a weekly television show finally caught up with us, and we just couldn't plan fast enough. And so, do you remember episode number 23, Sunday morning?
Oh yeah, that was kind of momentous in the sense, as I recall. I think we just went into it with absolutely no plan and totally winged it. Wung.
Right, so this is an episode kind of constructed in the politics of the moment. And we've got a clip that shows the kind of improvisational things that can happen.
Cheesy, powdery, extra special. I don't like the texture of Cheetos. Damn, generic's not too bad of a product because they have the best cheese puffs. The softness of them, because when you would chew them and you would bite down, you would make this like compressed version of it. Of fat, fluffy, very powdery, kind of cheesy. It's almost like they took them and dipped them into the macaroni and cheese powder you get with Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Which would concentrate the cheese that would mix with your saliva and make it just this very sensuous cheese puff experience. I hadn't tried like generic potato chips or generic soup or generic beer, but the generic cheese puffs were very good.
And so did that lead you to try other generic brands or generic things?
No, actually, for some reason I was too afraid to try it because I thought it would have to suck because it was generic. But that's pretty hypocritical.
All right, and here once again to, don't show them that. All right, here to explain that is once again T. Black.
It was a Sunday morning, and we had potatoes pan-fried with dama. Oh, no one speaks Mandarin? Okay. Do I? My first experience with the edible consumption of herb. Ah, you got it. I liked it. It was mild and cozy, sort of like memories from childhood are supposed to be. It was the key that unlocked the story from my self-conscious mind and let it flow without any fears of retaliation or mockery. Sharing my generic cheese puff experience was revolutionary to my development as a performance artist. I remember it well. That one monologue changed the path I was on theatrically. It is truly a highlight in my acting history. It will be the moment that it will be the moment that opens the next one-man show I'm presently working on, and the revelation of my own hypocrisy at the end was a journey that would haunt me and drive me through my rage as T. Black in later episodes. But at that moment, it is what set my creative life free. Any questions?
Thank you, T. Now, this next clip, which you're seeing the first frame of right there.
I feel like I actually know what's going to happen.
You do, yeah.
I mean, at least, yeah, that much of it.
What was this disturbed monkey love?
Oh,
What was that about?
Okay, so there was this guy that was a friend of my brother's. I think they lived in the same apartment building in Lexington, Kentucky. And he produced a bunch of really disturbing videos, very odd, abstract things that made no sense. And he gave this to us to use on the TV show as we wished. I don't remember his name, but yeah, we used some of those, I recall, both in this and other segments of the show.
So that's what I think is coming up here is one of those clips. But this one
got us in trouble.
Got us into trouble, yeah. And once again, it was penis, but not in this case, not an actual real penis.
Do we have the video?
Yeah, well, let's just show the clip, the censored version.
Oh, don't stop. Oh, I'm not gonna stop till you get satisfied. I'm gonna come. Won't you come? Won't you come?
Now, the cool thing about the fact that that was censored was that we started getting a lot of mail. Do you remember that?
Tons of mail, actually.
And
yeah,
so
it was shocking.
Yeah, so actually, it was actually kind of cool that these episodes were held, because otherwise we would never have known. Apparently, people in the Bloomington area get really fired up when they think freedom of speech is at stake, And
Or at least when it involves wieners.
in fact, we got a bunch of letters, and some letters were even directed to the station.
Yeah, yeah.
Of which T. Black has a copy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He's going to read an excerpt, brief excerpt from one of those letters.
February 5th, 1993. Dear Mr. White, I am disturbed. This is not a personal state of being, but a reaction to recent programming decisions. J&B on the ROX is a comic masterpiece. Yes? One of the most socially and politically relevant shows on BCAT's programming schedule. It is unacceptable that this show has been pulled from the air twice in the last 3 weeks. Joe Nickel and Bart Everson fully test the limits of the television medium. They expose the hypocrisies of this nation's peoples. They mock the false taboos that have been set by today's repressed society. I like that. There is nothing obscene about this show's presence on Channel 3. Censorship is out. Are the powers that be afraid that us common folk will rise up and make our own decisions on what is good or evil? Too late. Sincerely, Terry Lee Hornsby.
Well, you really were trying to get a gig on the show, weren't you? So what happened next? Oh,
an amazing concatenation of events.
Yeah.
No, that was an episode. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
an
yeah.
amazing concatenation.
I do remember this. It had a great title. What was it about?
Well, this is where we took it to the next level in terms of improving. We made a show about defrosting our freezer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that
And
was
at this point,
high quality television.
At this point, we realized that anything could become a television show. So here's a clip.
So you're spooning or
Sponging, actually. This is the sponge. It's a tool
Okay.
which was invented by a man named Sponge, and that's why they nicknamed it Sponge.
Well, that's nice of him. Well, those are my fingers on
Yes,
this
yes.
camera lens.
So the water
yes.
down there
Mm-hmm.
is very, very cold.
Okay.
And it's kind of bracing, actually.
So I've just removed all the remaining ice from inside of the freezer.
Oh, great. There's no ice on the inside of the freezer now.
Yeah. But there's a problem. We've got
a lot of ice on top of the freezer.
There's like
A
15
giant shelf. Now,
pounds.
if that could be removed in one piece, that would be all that water wouldn't have to melt in there.
Yeah, quite a visual event as well. Hey, it may be coming out as we speak. Oh, here's a bar of it.
Bar of Ice by Jay.
Yes. You saw it here first.
Folks.
Followed by yet another bar.
Bar 2. Ooh, it's a J. It's a J. That's a backwards J. That's backwards. Oh, man.
Oh, wait, is it
Get
backwards?
Get it right.
Yeah, you're
okay.
right.
This week's episode is brought to you by the letter
J. Another bar of ice.
Yeah, that one looks familiar.
Hey, wait, that was an I, so J-I, it's trying to tell us something.
Stay tuned for any late-breaking developments. Defrosting of our freezer.
Yeah! Did you just break your hand?
Yeah, but it was worth it. 'Cause I got this much ice out.
Congratulations. So we are now taking a break from all of the work that we've been engaged in for the past couple of hours. It's been really difficult, to get through, and so now I'm going to have a sandwich. It's kind of an interesting story, actually. Every day for the past 3 weeks, I've had the same kind of sandwich, and I've had Dr. Pepper with it. For all of those out there who know me well, you all know that this really means a lot to me. And when I say 3 weeks in a row now, you know what I mean. Good sandwich.
What did you mean?
I think that was the word that we used for marijuana.
That was our code word. Yeah, sandwich.
But I'm not sure that any of that was true because
it was true.
I never drank Dr. Pepper in my whole life, as far as I recall. Anyway,
I don't know what to say to that. So then we started getting some actual media attention and discovered that that could be as addictive as anything else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So-
Who was the first? Was that?
Well, I think it was the Herald Times, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. But here's a clip.
Trouble on a soapbox, right there on the front page. Community station confronts conflicts. This is basically an article which talks about the problems that this very station that you're watching this show on has been having with
A few key programs,
namely
Pots, Pans, and Pot,
which is a show by Eric Indiana, which
glorifying the responsible use of marijuana.
Yeah, in cooking, and then also talking about this show, J&B on the Rocks, and I'll quote a little bit about that.
Tuesday nights at 11.
Yeah, 2 episodes of J&B on the Rocks were held by Michael White, the station director, recently because of material he considered too sexually explicit to live up to community standards. Now we're going to show you what those segments were right now. Or wait, I guess we probably shouldn't.
Yeah, then this show too
would be censored. Yeah.
The shows in question contained close-up shots of male genitalia,
said
J of J&B on the Rocks.
To my mind, this is sexually explicit stuff, a violation of our policy as well as state and federal law,
said Michael White,
as he viewed a male masturbation scene included in one of the held shows.
Oh, wait a second. A male masturbation scene?
So there was a guy masturbating in one of our episodes? Did you put that in there?
Well, unless you... Only if you count stroking an artificial penis.
Oh, yeah, the thing with the guy with the dildo, yeah.
Known as the dildo, yes, in common parlance.
So he was stroking a
piece of plastic that was shaped like a penis.
Yeah.
Do you want to say a word about the importance of drum corps in our program?
Oh yeah, well, I actually, when I first came to Bloomington, it was to be in the IU School of Music, and the following summer I joined the Star of Indiana Drum and Bugle Corps, and those 2 experiences convinced me at a very fortunately early age that I should not be a musician. And so, but I did continue some involvement in drum corps and teaching marching band and stuff like that around here. And we were friends with an old friend of yours from high school, I believe, Kevin, but we didn't call him Kevin on the show.
Right, Toast, and also
Toast.
Moon Boy.
Yeah.
So here's a clip from ROX number 29, Our Drinking Problem.
Yeah.
I feel moistness.
You feel moist today.
I feel very moist quite often.
What do you do on the days when you feel moist?
Dry off somehow.
So what are you doing here?
He's dancing.
Dance for me, baby. Oh, what did I just step on? Oh my God, I just cracked the ribs.
Stay calm, little dreamer, and drift off into dreams. The gentle kiss of night is better than it seems. It's just around the corner. Close your eyes and soon you'll be with me. Don't get too close to my fantasy. Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator. Stare into the lion's eyes, and if you taste the candy, you'll get to the surprise.
Yeah, that was a hoot.
We just had to put that on because that was cool. So roles were starting to emerge, right?
Where? Oh,
roles
on the show.
Yes. Yes. You remember Christy Paxson?
Yeah, Christy did show up in our lives somewhere around that time period.
All right. Yeah. So, and she was a tour guide at the Herald Times, actually. So here's the first appearance of your tour guide, Christy Paxson, from ROX number 30, Funky Young Siblings of the Midwestern Hemisphere.
Go down there and climb up on the rocks, or we can go further. I mean, it's really up to the quarry goer and how hardcore they want to get. I mean, if you want a picnic lunch, I would suggest, you know, maybe the first place, getting the eating over with. But I say we go further.
Oh my God, there's no one left. Society has been blown up. I am Eve. All kinds of science fiction fantasies are rolling through my head. It's post-World War III, and I am the last survivor. And I'll find some people, and I will create a new world. Where love and peace are the only law.
When it gets chilly, it's time to leave. Ooh, it's getting chilly. And you can tell it's chilly by looking at my chillometer right here on my right. My chillometer says it's time to leave.
And believe it or not, we actually won an award.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
At that point, please tell me you remember this?
Yeah, I do remember the award thing. I think I thought that I needed to remain sober that night.
What episode was it?
What are we up to? 31. Yeah. Wait, that's okay. Yeah, 31. A toast to poverty.
Yes, there we go. A toast to poverty. So, yeah, clip, please.
Mayday at the industrial ruin. Yes, capitalism has fallen in Bloomington. So beautiful here. Let's celebrate.
So this is my letter J. It was made for me by Joe Lee, a cartoonist of great repute in the Bloomington area. As you can see now, he's put a lot of subtlety into this. I asked him to just make a colorful J for me as a lapel pin. He made it out of a penis, see, right here, and two penis heads right here. You know, because we had this penis controversy of sorts a couple of weeks back, about a month back. Then he's got me here in my black suit, which I often wear, my mismatched Chuck Taylors, just like today. Even, see, he got the green on one side and the orange on the other side. He got it right on the pin. Yeah, that's my crotch. Then, if you'll notice, he's got me crucified on the J. Now, you may be wondering why he has me crucified on the J. Well, that's because Jesus was the other J, of course, and so, just like Jesus, I am crucified on the cross. And you know, the second to last thing I'm going to say, crucified here on this cross, is I am thirsty. Because, you know, 2,000 years ago, or wait, no, 1,983 years ago, plus 1 day, Jesus, the other J, was on the cross, and he said, I am thirsty. And so I've just done that. Wait, I guess I got the dates a little wrong, but the point here, you must understand, is that today is the day after Good Friday, the day before Easter.
Therefore,
and that's
what I like.
Yeah, and you can go quicker.
That's what I know. That's what I know I like. That's what I know I like.
Oh, it's a Snickers bar.
My mommy Lexus throughout my journey. Green pants, green pants, green pants, green pants, green pants, green pants, green pants.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look. Oh my god, look what I found. It's a video camera. Wow. I've always wanted one of these. I'm gonna love it and care for it and take it home, and it'll be my pet. What kind of party is this, man?
I don't know. I heard they canceled Easter this year. They found the body.
Carrying on the tradition, no matter what. How about basic pink? Basic pink.
Oh yeah, this is the life. This is living. Now we're living. It's Easter.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a lottery ticket in an egg, and then whoever smashes the one with the shot put wins that lottery ticket. A few STDs.
If you can't do it, no one can.
Oh, to hit an egg?
What did he win?
Lottery! It looks like $1. Wait. It's a $6 lottery ticket. All right, $6. I can eat tomorrow.
I think that was mine. I meant to hit that.
Okay. Against all odds, the Indiana Film Society, this episode won Best of Show and Best of Category from the Indiana Film Society's annual contest.
Yeah. Mostly for the other content, but that part was fun too.
Oh, well, okay. So,
because it had a theme that was not evident
a toast
there,
to poverty.
about poverty.
But what happened there, the reason that we kind of veered from the theme mid-episode is that I misplaced the tapes. And I went in to edit that day and couldn't find it. And I was like, man, I got to get this done. So I just grabbed whatever I could find.
And so all of a sudden we had a little Easter
party right in the middle. And then the next session that I had scheduled at Katz, I found the other tapes and we got back to the theme. So that happened. Yeah. But
these were the days of linear editing. Some people around here may not realize that this was done with videotape. These are...
Oh, yeah. Analog, the hard way.
Yeah. Tape to tape, had to go in one direction, couldn't like jump back and re-edit something. Yeah.
So here to recreate the excitement of winning a Hoosier lottery ticket is the infamous Christy Paxson.
In the same dress.
Yes. Thanks to the infamous value menu, maybe you too can eat tonight. All right. Still had those in the 90s. They're still good enough for today. All right. So we've got some questions here. And T Black's going to help me because I cannot see at all. I'm just blinded here. Okay, so are you ready? The first person, now I am a 4th grade school teacher right now, so that's what I became. Anyway, you need to raise your hand, and we're going to call on you if you dare know the answer to this one. Which came first, J&B on the Rocks or the Christy Paxson Show? Which came first?
Right in front. The XY Show.
Very good. Give that man a lottery ticket. Some people, and is Particle Butthead here? I don't know who you, are you Particle? Where's Particle? That's the person who complained and said the show went downhill ever since I joined. But anyway, so yeah. I'm still looking for you, Particle Butthead. Anyway, I was actually, my friend Rachel and I were filming first, but they got on air first. So anyway, either way, someone was going to win that lottery ticket. Okay, number 2. Who juggled the avocados?
The first one was a gimme. This one is a stumper.
Arnie!
Wait, I knew
PayPal. I made a prediction you were going to win. All right. And I win a lottery ticket for that prediction. Terry,
Wade Powell.
you could bring that back. Okay. Are you ready for this one? What was the P.O. Box address?
3241.
Ah, who said 3241? Who was that?
I think that was Kid Kazooie back there.
Ah, Kid Kazooie. All right.
Give that man a lottery ticket.
Give that man a lottery. How many more, Terry? Is there one? Two more. All right. Well, remember, I get that one. Yeah, let's just, yeah. Who was the first fan mail letter from? Not X, but so close. It was XY, me. Okay, all right, give it to him. Yes, believe it or not. And the fifth one was going to go to Particle Butthead, but that person will not reveal themselves. Well, you're a dick, Particle Butthead, but anyway. By the way, all right. Okay, does anyone want that one? Troy Tabor, ladies and gentlemen, Troy Tabor.
Troy Tabor.
All right, this concludes my portion. Joe?
Thanks, I don't need that.
Good. Oh, yeah. Set it down on the table. That's good. Thanks. All right. Big round of applause for Christy Paxson.
Well, it looks like there's not much left. You
There's
better
not.
order a drink.
Yes, please. Order a drink because time is drawing short.
Has anybody tried any of the specials, by the way?
Anybody? Yes.
Okay, let's hear about some of them. Ed, what did you try? And how was it?
Wow.
See?
A sterling
Excellent
endorsement.
reviews already. Anybody else have any experience here that they want to share? Yeah, Kelly. The bladder
I was going to say,
scratcher.
the woman with
All
the
right.
catheter in the back there.
Yeah. See, I was actually good at this once upon a time making these drinks. No, I wasn't.
Do you remember? So we're coming to the final episode of our season 1. Do you remember how it ended?
The episode or the season?
The season. Do you remember how the season ended?
Well, yeah, but you kind of gave it away. I wouldn't have remembered if you hadn't have told me yesterday.
Oh, damn. Really? All right. Well,
I thought Toast to Poverty was the last episode, but it apparently was not.
No. Okay. So here we go. Clip, please.
Mom, Dad, I've got a kind of interesting piece of news for you. I'm getting married, and I would like you to meet my future bride-to-be here, just in this other room. Here she is. Her name is Christy Paxson. Mom, Dad, this is your future daughter-in-law.
Get that camera out of my face.
Hey man, I've got some really good news.
What's that?
Me and my girlfriend, Christy Paxson, are going to get married. I just asked her, and she said yes.
Wow. Wow. Can I shake your hand?
Hi, Ruth, Ray, or I don't know what to call you, Mom, Dad. Well, anyway, B got very lucky, as I'm going to be his bride-to-be, because I came with my own ring. My very own engagement ring, you know. You know how some of those Frigidaires come with the ice maker? Well, I come with my own ring. So he got very lucky. But anyway, there it is in all of its shining glory. And I didn't even have to order it from QVC.
Hello? Is anybody in there?
And it's all true. It's all true. That is actually how we announced our engagement to my parents. We took that episode, drove out to Monrovia, Indiana, and showed it to them. We, in fact, got married later, so we'll be celebrating our 19th wedding anniversary in a couple months.
And as I recall, that wedding is part of the next season of the TV series.
Indeed, season 2. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. This really concludes the video portion of our program tonight. So props to Lee Lawmaster. Lee, will you come up on stage here, Lee?
Come on up, man.
Lee Lawmaster.
Here it comes, movement.
Is he making his way to the stage now?
If you notice that there were no technical difficulties tonight, that's a first in any of our shows ever.
Now, Lee, I believe you had a long prepared speech to give. Is that right?
Not at all.
Well, I just wanted to say thanks for all that you've done for us. If it wasn't for Lee, we wouldn't be here tonight. I do hope that all of you avail yourselves. What do they do if they want to buy a DVD set?
Well, right now I have 7 sets available for sale.
Here tonight. You can walk away.
Right?
Instant gratification.
That's right.
If you're willing to fork out, how much?
$50.
All right.
And they're signed. 8
Yes.
DVDs.
Signed by the whole cast.
Awesome.
Right on.
But I also have them available for order. These are made one at a time by me personally, so they could take some time to get out. But they will get to you.
And these are being done, like I said, it's a labor of love. It's kind of done at cost. When you see the DVD sets, you'll understand exactly how much it entails. There's an 8 DVD set in 2 volumes. So give it up for Lee Lawmaster, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.
A few more thanks are in order. Thanks to the Comedy Attic for having us.
And
Thanks also
to you all for coming. It means a lot.
That's
It does.
Thanks to Brad Wilhelm, who got us the hookup here at the Comedy Attic. Thanks to Katz for videotaping. Steve Boland hosted our pre-planning party last night. So thanks to him. And yeah, like what you said, thanks to all these people who came. So it's been fun. We hope to do it again sometime soon. Where do we go from here?
Well, we actually today videotaped some stuff over on the Indiana University campus, which some of you all may know is over there. And we have another episode that is in the works called, I believe, Clusterfuck.
Oh yeah, ROX number 97. We had to make a hasty exit from Jordan Hall once again. All right, so thank you very much. Hang around for a few minutes here and buy some DVDs and have a couple drinks as we wind down. Thanks for coming.
Hey Bart, it's me, Michael White. When you get a chance, give me a call. Well, you know what it's about, I think.